Hispanics in recent American history, and the largest ever single state raid of unauthorized immigrants, overwhelmingly Hispanic as well. There are still people in custody in Mississippi whose sole crime was doing the grueling work of rendering chicken for Americans to eat without authorization to do so. So you and I can drive up to a window and have a bag of nuggets handed to us. There are hundreds of kids who've been traumatized by the raid, and as far as we know, none of the owners of these chicken plants have been prosecuted or arrested or detained. It was just 4 days after the mass murder of 22 predominantly Hispanic people in El Paso by a person who said he was fighting back against an invasion, the very same word used repeatedly by the president and his propagandists. We now know that when the shooter turned himself into the police, he told them, "I wanted to kill Mexicans." Many people have cited the similarity between the shooter's manifesto and the president's rhetoric, but it's more than just a passing resemblance. The core of the president's rhetoric about immigration is always as a threat, as a danger, as an invasion, that fundamentally immigration is an infection plaguing the country, an evil seeping across our borders. An analysis by USA Today found Trump used words like invasion, criminal, animal, and killer to discuss immigrants at rallies more than 500 times.
Yeah, it's not a white
supremacist
rally.
We know he's lying because those are the things he says while he's whipping up fear. But he's also a businessman who tries to do what's best for his bottom line. And businessman Donald Trump doesn't view unauthorized immigrants as invaders, as criminals, as an infestation. In fact, that Donald Trump has the correct view on immigrants. The view that correlates with how the vast majority of America operates, that immigration in the United States is a profound net benefit. Washington Post reports today the Trump organization has used a crew of Latin American stoneworkers at its golf courses up and down the East Coast. Several of those workers were unauthorized immigrants. Some of the former employees showed pay stubs from the Trump-owned construction company Mobile Payroll Construction LLC. After it was reported earlier this year that Trump's golf clubs also employed unauthorized workers, several of the club's unauthorized workers were fired. That didn't happen at Mobile Payroll Construction. Because here's the reality of immigration in the U.S. as opposed to the ridiculous demagogic slander from the president. A bunch of people work, many in jobs Americans don't want to do. They get paid and take that money back home. They do good work, and the business benefits, and you know what? Everyone benefits. No one is harmed, and the Trump organization knows it. One of the Trump's former workers told the Washington Post, quote, "If you're a good worker, papers don't matter," and he's right. In fact, it wouldn't be a bad bumper sticker for the government's policy. It's a long way from they're sending rapists and drug dealers. It's important to push back against the deep ugliness of the president's rhetoric on immigration, the dangerous atmosphere he's clearly created. But also, you don't need to look further than the Trump organization itself for a parable about the actual affirmative, positive effects of immigration in the United States of America. Joining me now, one of the authors of the Washington Post